out traders had a bad day. Shorts got rewarded. The longs got punished, shorts got rewarded. Okay? Aggressive, 3-candle move, pins to the bottom. Notice how the pins spike to the bottom with a little ray? They're snatching the market away from the lower level short holders and jamming it. They then quickly pull away and come right back. In here, in the US session, they throw 2 pins to the downside at the appropriate times. Session changeover and brings trade. That move fails to take out the limited low. This move takes hours to develop. You now have
2424 9 9
weekly reversal. It came in late Monday. That's okay. It happens. They're not going to make it Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the morning, perfect for you every time. You got to identify what's going on here. You have the first hit to the low, late Monday, London session. The second hit to the low, U.S. session. 9:30 changeover, session change, second spike. End the session with a false move down, first spike. Start the session with a false move down. Hammer, issued at 9:30, equities open.
From right here. I got it set on Omni. Yeah, we got it on Omni.
3-level rise.
Multiple bogeys, multiple con. Oh, got my cold water.
Reverse is imminent at the mayonnaise. Pin to the mayonnaise is a sell. You take the reversal here, end the day back in consolidation. Okay? I don't want you to take that reversal as a newbie. That is mostly a jam move because they've snatched the market away so quickly on the second leg to put all the traders that are short in deep trouble. That aggressive move does not always give you a nice retracement to counter. Okay, that's the DNC. Do not counter B1 and A1. I got slides.
Boy, I like that new burn their dash, boy. When you shoot them, they go down.
We have our directional buys for the week with a mini W inside an aggressive W after the false move down. 3 vector candles to the low. Take out the traders, validate the short orders, show a trend continuation. What happened in here was you sell the rises in the downtrend. So what happened is the traders that were long ended up with a scratch +1 when they came back. The traders that thought they were right and had their stops all aggregated in here are now stopped out on the second leg. Any pending orders that were trying to catch the break below the low were validated or turned hot on widening up the spread at the lowest point on the chart. Second leg, intraday U.S. session. This hammer, when that hammer pulls back, that was solid red at one time, right? That went down there all the way down to the low of the day, came right near the low and sat there. When you start watching this shit, it's crazy. The candle will go solid red all the way down there and sit there. You're like, what the hell's wrong with that candle? Did it die? Did my computer feed stop? It's just sitting there. The candle sits at the low of the day. Some dealers will, you can see this, some dealers you cannot. But if you put the bid and ask line on your live chart, you will watch those 2 lines separate. The separation of those 2 lines, or the widening of the spread, lets you know I got these bastards today. Because they're punishing the retail trader with pending orders that are sitting below those price points. And stop orders that are sitting below those price points. The widening the spread is part of the confirmation process.
All tactical units be advised, this is not a drill. I'm loving this new fucking Werner dash, bro. When you shoot them, they actually finally die. I've waited so long. I'm the reason why it's like this, bro. I've been complaining on my stream. I've been putting it on my fucking shorts and shit. I'm like, why when you shoot somebody and they don't die? These are real bullets. Not paintball bullets. Paint. You know what I mean? And now look at this shit. Look what we got. You guys are welcome. Not every hero wears a cape.
Confirmed by their behaviors at the appropriate timings.
But I don't know how long they're gonna keep it this way, so you better enjoy it. Because if they change it, I'm not playing again. You're clear to jump. But as for now, Call of Duty's back, baby! And the Money Buddha Show! You all are live! Broadcasting to you live from outer space. It's the Money Buddha Show! Where you guys going? Make sure you tap it out, man. Oh, man, you guys are like my cousin from Mississippi, bro. I am not flying all the way over there. We used to get in arguments all the time about that shit. I'll rendezvous with you guys, though. We'll meet up eventually. So that's kind of fun. I mean, it's kind of... Let's see if I can get at least somewhere near you.
Nah, I'm doing this so I gotta get it safe for this last for this contract shit. I mean for this event shit.
All tactical units, be advised, weapons are free. Weapons are free. Maybe I'll land and pick up a car. And I'll drive over. Oh, I'll get this helicopter. Oh, I remember this building. Who remembers this building?
Nah,
I remember
this bar.
This is like the laboratory, whatever, the science facility. Oh no, the news. That's what it is, the news facility.
Stay together.
All units be advised, this is Mother Lord Overlord 12 coming in hot. I'm loving this new fucking furnace. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is what I've been asking for, bro. You don't know how long I've been complaining, bro. Why, when you shoot at people, they don't die? They're like, oh yeah, you want them to die? Now how you like it? I love it. It's like real life now. That's how it's supposed to be. In real life, if I shoot you with a high caliber rifle, you don't run and slide around and turn around and do all this stupid shit. You lay down on the ground and you pray to God. You get sent to God when I shoot you. And that's what we have here. If you shoot somebody now, they die. And that's all we wanted. That's all I wanted. When I shoot somebody, they die. I love it.
I ain't about to die yet.
And see how you died? You got shot. You get shot, you die. Next time, stay with your squadron. Show me your hands. Come out with your hands up. Multiple bogeys. Contact. All tactical units, be advised. Make contact. There you go, shooter. I got a shooter. The 51st. The 51st is in the building. Hoorah.
+1 or +3 or -5.
Fuck the fuck up.
Taking effective fire.
That's what I'm talking about. We got the 51st out here, man.
Again, they flip the pins to the downside to trap the traders at the lower level. Because after
Contact.
50 to 200 is wide open. So you got anticipated continuation down. But we know now that if the low that was formed in London holds, and they make 2 more passes out and forming another W,
Multiple
and issue a
bogeys.
hammer at 9:45, it's game over. You are a buyer against the retail trend. Further confirmation is seen on the shift of the zone off of the low to further trap the lower level short sellers and to take out the entire 68 hours of structure work.
Got one sight here.
That one candle destroys the entire structure that was built against the retail traders trapping them all. The market is then into consolidation to create false sense of security for the downtrend continuation.
Oh yeah, this is what I like. Look how they die now. You shoot them and they die. It's beautiful.
To the mayonnaise.
No more of that sliding shit. No more fucking engaging me from fucking right up close. None of that shit anymore. Walk up to me, you get shot, motherfucker.
I have my bias.
I don't know how long they're gonna keep it this way. This is clearly a test, but I love it.
I expect stop hunt low rise.
Now we got us a game.
stop on low rise.
You shoot people, they die.
They mess with you on the timings on this particular chart because they did the stop on low and rise by the time you come to your terminal in London Open. It happened in Asia. You missed it. Not a big deal. But right at the end of the box, they threw railroad tracks to the low, and they even threw a hammer. There's a W in there, where there's a V bottom. You expect this. They gave it. Yeah. Okay, they come out of the box, they go low. You are a buyer against the retail trader mentality long. Because you have your W formation, that's your anchor point for the week. W.
And now also when you fucking engage people, you can take on a team now. You don't have to feel like, oh my god, how am I gonna kill all these people?
Do not counter.
Go to war.
This is the counter here that works. Do not counter here. I'm sorry, V1. Do not counter V1. It doesn't give you the
I'm a
trade.
leech. You're a leech, bro.
It does not.
Don't be a leech. Be your own man. Contact.
Doesn't pay out. Now, notice how the pin flipped to the top side.
Show me your hands.
Flip to the downside over here. Notice how the aggressive move and
Come out with your hands up.
Railroad tracks at the U.S. session. This is level 3 behavior. Chop. 1, 2, 3 days of guys in different sessions moved over a little bit to mess with your timing. Market makers give it out, give it out, give it out, need some back. Sell to the buyers, sell to the buyers, sell to the buyers. I need some of my money back.
Tossing a dummy grenade.
Okay, hope you guys are seeing this stuff. Okay, remember I mentioned in the thing? Market makers will not move in one direction more than 3 days in a row without some type of collection of money. I know you say, Steve, the euro's been rising since my birthday, whatever. I understand that. It didn't make a straight rise. Candles aren't stacked on top of each other straight up to heaven. They have to make pullbacks. Now remember the psychology element that's built in. The psychology element warrants that you will get on the trend at the worst possible time because of the 3 pushes inside the chart. They show you something, they get the whole world seeing it technically, and then they act against it and mess with it. Notice the breakdown of this chart, okay? This is an entire week. Here's my Sunday, here's my Friday, Sunday, Monday tracers, right? Okay, let's look at it again now. Now with a different eye. Consolidation, false move, week 15. W,
Molotov, get back!
I got an early Asian session, leg 2. Right, intraday. Spread out over the day tracer, right? This is the day changeover. This is the 5 p.m. reset settlement, these lines.
Do you see how I'm putting in work now?
Friday, Thursday.
You used to could never do that.
Coming out of Monday's consolidation. Midweek reversal. Aggressive move towards the low. Validates the crossover down. The W formation, late US. Early Asia. Guess what? We also do a pullback in the US. Here's a formation low for the week.
Ran his ass over. You gotta love it, dog. The gameplay is finally on point, bro.
The railroad track, pull back, consolidated the Thursday. You the level, murder the stock, the pennies will lock the pin above the first leg. The light blue tracer. The light blue tracer is yesterday's high and yesterday's low. When market makers throw a hammer above the blue tracer, that's for all the Joe Ross followers that take the break out of yesterday's high. They snatch those guys and reel them right in the face. No offense to Joe. That is all the signal Notice it's in the red shadow box to enter. Three days, 3 levels. They hit it, they pull back. They go into consolidation. They issue a hammer above yesterday's HOD. Or above, which happens to be the high of the week. Notice how the two come in together? The high of the day on Thursday coincides with the high of the week. They repeat the level on Friday, trap the traders coming off the U.S. session into consolidation in here. Then what do? The pattern continues going into the weekend. Bam! They hold it and they spike down going into the weekend. Someone said the sound is bad, is it? Maybe some wise up there, but I can hear you. No? Okay, it's not bad or no, it is? Yes, not. Alright. Okay, thanks. Got it. Alright. So now, notice the difference in this W, how it's tight. There's only a few hours in between. This one is a whole day in between. This is London Open. Re-hit again over in the U.S. session with a monster spike to the high. The monster spike to the high lets you know that they grabbed what they needed to grab. When you see that spike close, damage done to the retail traders. That spike is the aftermath or the wake of what they have done. What do they use to create the spike? Could be news, could be bullshit, could be your mother stubbed a toe. It doesn't matter. The behavior's the same. They use the news to create that spike.
Take an effective fire!
To create some type of anomaly on the chart to get you to fall.
Drop the bot.
Listen, the retail side of the business works. Well, these guys wouldn't be so well. Okay? Okay, so now you got trend is down, level 3 correction. You see this formation going into the U.S. session. They hold the level overnight. But you know the high was formed, they repeat the high. You're a seller against
Semtex incoming!
everybody
Gun
else. You
incoming!
know
Taking effective fire!
that in level 3, the trend cannot go down forever and does not go down forever. You identify late in the U.S. session, railroad tracks, and then consolidation to end the day. You are a buyer against the retail traders down here. Here's how it played out. This is what we call a half a Batman. They hit the stops one more time. You weren't already in, and you happen to be in front of your terminal. You're a buyer right there. I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think Rick's in here. There was a monster character formation in the Asian crosses. I missed
That's
it.
how these niggas think they are, boy. See what I mean? No more of that. No more walking up on a real nigga. I'm a real nigga, boy. Don't you walk up on me.
On GJ, EJ.
No more of that shit. I love it.
And I think Rick just happened to be in front of the terminal and caught that 80 watts long. And I think he booked a monster game that day. So my cheesecake cost me, I don't want to say the number out loud, it makes me sick. It was such an obvious trade that I promise you when you go back, you'll see it. I want you to go back, write it down, go back to GJ, EJ. I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I was actually at the Columbia. I'm at the beach, so not now. I'm staying at the beach, but I think I missed that. I was at eating, I don't know, yellow rice and chicken or something. My gosh. Anyway, the moves are in there. Go back and try to identify that. Okay. I've been talking about the structures. Let's talk about the entire structure. Let me explain to you one more time. If you're sick of hearing it, I'm sorry. This is, if I mentioned to you already, is the whole business. You gotta get this. You gotta understand. Okay? Every single day during initial market hours, agent session, they're going to set the bottom line. They trade within that range and allow people to build positions, but not allowing anyone to take much of the profit. This is why you don't trade, Dave. Agent session. They then spread the swing. What time? 1 and 2 a.m. They widen the swing. That widening of the swing comes in before the London Open. Because the Asian market maker wants to validate pending orders for the breakout traders. Okay? At the start of the European session, in about 3:30, they will severely correct the rise against their real intentions. Stop hunt, false move against what they're really going to do for the day. Will trigger all the stops of the weaker traders, the ones that have taken the school, the regular technicals, read the books, the stop losses that go 5 to 7 pips below your entry candle or above your entry candle. The weaker retail traders that have fallen into some proverb that says if you're going to lose, don't lose a lot. Make a real tight stop. That's bullshit. They then quickly go into consolidation. They don't have a chest cold. The market doesn't have the flu. They are accumulating contracts at another level. They will hit the stops one more time, as I showed you on the previous chart. They threw the spike above to trigger the stops and pick up the pendings on the other leg, the second leg. This action leaves the lower level or higher level traders done and stopped out. And then in one bar, they will shift the zone and trap all the retail traders at the lower or higher levels. That's it. Alright, I'm going to back up. Someone said they wanted to write the chart. Actually, a lot of people said, I'm sorry. Let me leave this up. I'll shut up for a minute, and then we'll go back to the other one, okay? I just realized that what I should do is, why don't you mark down the stuff you want and then go back and listen to the recording and get it. Wouldn't that be better? Holding me up? Because everyone's at a different pace, people are writing. I think that is better, right? I always remember it's about halfway through the first day. Yeah, make a note that, hey, I want to see the section that was at 9:50 p.m. and then go back and move up to that timeline. Okay? Yeah. I think everyone's agreeing. I can just get up with the slides and flow the recordings, and then you go back. Okay, sorry. Alright. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We have the Asian range, right? R equals range, 51.4 pips. The ideal Asian range is 50 pips or less. The 50 pips or less allows you to see the stop hunts clearly. The stop hunts come in 25 to 50 pips below the box and above the box. Now it makes sense what this is. Here's the 25 marker. The shadow box highlights the break straight setups.
Target down.
Okay, so let's walk through this chart. You have consolidation, right? You have a pin to the low right here. Maybe they picked up some pendings. I don't know what happened here. But here's what goes on. Towards the end of the session, before the start, they shifted the zone away from higher level holders in here. But they stayed in consolidation. Your job is to be smarter than a piece of blue ribbon that can't function. Your job is to reevaluate or reconsolidate the zone and realize they have not made a very aggressive move here. When you reevaluate the consolidation, you then have to re-message.
Damn, where was he at?
The hammer right here. Outside. Session beginning. Time to off. No bet. They quickly pull back. We'll get to consolidation to collect positions. Validate the true orders. Now, notice something crazy. This candle comes all the way back to the low of the day, just enough to pick up anybody that was in here, anybody that got it in here. Candle, this would be a pass entry for our group. Because they shifted the zone. If you didn't get your entry in here, they shift the zone, it's too late, I don't want you chasing it. Why? Think about the size of the stop loss. The appropriate stop loss goes below the low zone. But Steve, it runs perfect. Of course it did. You can see it in hindsight, of course it did. But how do you know they're not going to go back for another pass? You don't know. Stop loss goes where it goes, I can't help it. I'm going to talk about it. Jose doesn't know me. He asked where I got in. Jose, I got in.
That's 5.
I know people say thought so. I'm kidding, man. Alright, look. Because of the size of the shift of the zone, that's a no, that's a pass. But if you saw the hammer issue just outside the shadow box in the stop loss, you could have taken the trade anywhere in here. Stop loss goes below the low. That is a granny entry. Okay, now the low should hold for 30 to 90 minutes. It's safe to enter. If you have all the other elements in line, they issue a hammer just outside the shadow in the stop hunt zone. It happens to be laying on the 4-hour timeline, which is the blueberry. We'll talk about it. They hit their 3 vector candles on a reconsolidation of the zone. Right? You extended the blue box. You know better, man. That's consolidation. There's 3 vectors to the low. Vector candles to the low. They ended on a hammer. Pull back. This is an outside bar. I don't care if it has a pin. I don't care where it closes. This bar is an outside. Man, I'm so close to the edge, I keep changing the slide. I heard something.
I'm gonna roll up a Godfather too. Oh,
Yeah, I can see how it
How can that be an outside bar? Because it forms the lower leg, and the consolidation is off of it. It's inside. The consolidation is inside the lower the day formation. That's an outside bar. Okay?
Alright, boys. Call of Duty.
Validate your at the low of the day. The fact that you're in the shadow box, and they spiked past the shadow box and came back, validates your at the We like to wait for the second pass. You've got a lot of opportunity. This game comes back. Let's take a 5-minute break. We're going to go into the count.
Where you want to go, boss?
And we will end here tonight after this lesson. The count discusses the levels.
That's a little far.
Alright, so let me get my little 7-minute stopwatch up. Someone asked where I got that from. It's at stopwatch.com.
Oh man, train station. I haven't been to the train station.
Here when I go, bro.
Okay. Everybody back? Good? Alright, hear me? All that stuff? Right, somebody asked you about the stuff on the charts.
Moving.
Rob, you're not the only one. Don't worry about that stuff right now. I'm going to break it all down for you. But I want
All tactical units fire at will. This is not a drill.
concept that you have about the market. Look at the big picture for these guys. Don't worry about a box, shadow. I'm going to cover all this shit. It's on there. I know it's in my charts because that's the templates I took the pictures off. Just open your mind. What's going on? Okay, and I'm going to tell you what the box is, what the arrows are, what you have. I'm going to tell you all that stuff. Just right now, I want you to grasp the concept, okay?
LMT marked.
Contacto, contacto.
I didn't see any questions other than that I need to address right now. I'm going to take some questions at the end when I give you a homework. Okay.
Shots fired. All units fire at will.
The third
We got Marines down.
system is the levels or the count to know where you are in the cycle. Right? You need to walk up to a chart and go. Okay. Midweek reversal. W's anchored in. Second session.
Contact.
VVM. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday reverse. That's why you don't need to spend.
Shots
days
fired.
and
Show me your
hours
hand.
on analysis. When you become proficient.
Oh, I shot that motherfucker with the sniper.
The midweek reversal or the peak formation anchor points of the cycle. You'll be quickly able to identify the technical on the market maker side of the market, not on the because the market makers have their own cycle and their own way of handling things. You now know how to handle that. Well, you're getting there. I'm getting you there. We'll figure it out, okay? All right. The cycle, as I said earlier, is based
Stay alive.
on
Multiple
trader
bogeys.
psychology. Really, it's based on human psychology. Fear, greed, and inexperience are used to prey upon the traders. The newbies that don't.
They're on top of the building. All tactical units be advised.
Greed that you're going to maximize your gain.
Rallying on green.
Everybody feels the
Moving.
As I drew the pattern for you earlier, there are intraday counts and counts over several days because of the cycle. They are all there
Moving here.
to trap the traders
Prepare to engage.
and grab your hard-earned equity.
Moving.
I've seen people write this a couple of times to me in chat. Oh, Elliott Wave.
I got high caliber rifle.
Do not associate this with Elliott Wave or any other indicator. Market makers form zones or levels to trap the traders, book your profits. and
Contact.
take stops.
Show me your hand.
Sometimes it's like a joke. You can see it like stairs. It's so
Target
easy.
down. Reload.
Sometimes it's not so easy. Understand that at level 1 and level 3, the aggressive moves are seen. Why? They just made a huge run. They snagged the traders. Some amount of money. They want to hit the stops in both directions, collect up the contracts, and then trap another fresh batch of traders the other way. M and W form at these levels. Okay?
Contact. Contact.
There are 3 levels of correction or rise over 3 days.
Stay
Could
frosty.
it be 2.5 days? Yes. There are
Grenade.
also 3 levels intraday. The 3 bursts.
Enemy visual.
If you know where you are in the cycle, it's easy to pick your directional bias and take your trades. The first level of the correction in this example
Hand. Show me your
is
hand.
driven by the market maker. You will see
Good
the fast
maneuvering.
moves on light volume.
Multiple bogeys across the way.
The guys that trade the breakouts with Craig and understand this stuff, think for a minute. Even if you haven't traded with Craig, just think for a minute. You can handle spike really fast. In a textbook, that is written as momentum. But what's really going on is the market makers flashing the pair with as little money as humanly possible to get it to move or spike. And other times you've seen the breakout slow and steady, a smooth run.
Reload and engage all units. Show me your hands.
Okay,
we got bogeys around us. Watch your six.
So the first level correction is created with a flash into a pair. You might do it on a cross, you might do it with the cross, whatever. Save money, I'll
playing
talk
tricks
about
on me.
The second level of the correction is market driven in absence of the market maker. Why? He wants to see where the
Might
retail
have been the
traders will
ghost
push
of
it.
her dance.
So what happens
I
is
just
this.
saw the ghost of her dance.
Stop on high spike, pulls back, hits the second leg again, starts the direction, and
That's
steps
where I
aside.
saw somebody just run by that fucking wall.
He wants to see
But
what
yet
the
there was
traders
no
will do
one there.
going into level 2. Will they buy? Will they sell? How will they set the strat? How will the contracts or the money be set up? The third level of the correction, when you get to level 3, is again picked up by the market maker. He puts the brakes on, because that's far enough today. He'll trigger the stops again, make the push, validate the ABCD lightning bolt, and create more panic in the market. So understand, level 1 and level 3, since they're
And the
driven
gas
by the
moving
market
fast.
maker,
Oh,
will
shit.
be more aggressive. Those are the moves that have been scaring you out of good trades.
Bogey to the left. What is that? East 108.
Understand that
Prepare to engage.
during the levels,
Enemy sighted.
market makers will buy from the traders to create their positions.
Contact.
This volume being seen at level 3. At level
Target
3,
down.
all
Reload and
in.
engage. All tactical units be advised.
Reverse and
This
collect.
is not a drill.
Understand?
I ain't about to die
When
yet.
the signal appears, simply buy or sell third level losses and third level corrections against the retail traders. That's how. If you can count to 3, profit will be realized in these trades. It's a joke oversimplification. Okay? Is there sound issues? No? Okay, cool. Okay, now, this is going to piss you off. It should. In addition to each of the 3 levels, there is a corresponding level of consolidation. Level 1, level 1 consolidation. Level 2, level 2.
Uh-oh, shooter. Good call. Good eye. Good eye.
Most of the time, when this is going on, the stops are triggered in both directions before the next level is starting. The zones create 20 to 30 pip swings
Contact. Hands.
visible on the chart. Market makers are trying to hit the stops.
God, I love this new game mode. You shoot them and they finally fucking die. You don't know how much I've been complaining about that, man. Like, come on, bro. These are guns. These are not paintballs. Uh-oh, shot fired.
If you guys ever see this,
Show me your hands.
you have to move, right? You go down, you consolidate. And what happens is it creates like a little wedge right there, right? And then breaks to the next level.
Reload all units. Reload and engage.
Forms another wedge.
They tagged me!
Right? Then they do it again. Now you can notice the pin starts to down.
Shots fired.
Okay. So now write this down and think for a minute.
Grenade.
Market maker jumps in, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, 3:45 idea, right? He jumps in.
Multiple bogeys.
He creates the move, starts the panic. He shows a breakout vector in the long range.
Taking it 1-1, requesting recon.
Hands! Show me your hands! Shooter, shooter, shooter. Oh man, he got me.
Quickly off of the high.
Nobody kills me.
He goes at it again one more time to validate, hit the stops. He then shifts away from that. 25 to 50 pips in the first level goes into consolidation. He may come back towards the high of the day.
I'm a sucker for tacos.
Coming out of level 1 consolidation, back towards the high, back towards the low, scares you out of a good trade.
Multiple bogeys. Fire, Will.
Scares you out of a good trade.
Aim for the head.
It's his job to make sure you don't
Reload and engage.
Each zone of consolidation
Evasive maneuvers.
creates a little tiny wedge
Break contact.
on the chart. The next level drop or rise is seen. He stands
Fire your squadron back.
Level 2.
Let's finish this.
For me. Sees how the orders are set. And then he says, okay, that's enough. He rolls back.
That's my fault. I shouldn't have died. I'm fucking eating tacos.
He then switches the pins against the move. So if the cycle is down, the pins will start going to the downside at level 3.
What are you doing, soldier?
Spike handles more aggressive moves with
Grenade.
towards the
Disengage, soldier. You're losing the fight.
Rising in level 3 is shown.
Stay in the fight, win the fight. Didn't I say disengage? How did he shoot you like that, though? That was weird.
Okay? See. Alright, let's have a look.
I'm fucking full.
Here's my little pen. This is classified, by the way. I can show people the next 2. Alright, look. 3 hits to the high. Didn't just this exactly just happen. This is
Woo! Work!
Remember I told you we pulled the curtain out from behind Oz. It's the same shit every single day, day in and day out. 3 hits to the high, stop hunting London Open, hammer at 345 and 945. That's all they got. It's the same move over and over.
Get that buy station, brother.
You own them. Okay? So now, market makers cross the stop hunt, creates the panic. Reevaluate your consolidation zone. He goes vector to the high on you.
Oh, fire, Will.
He doesn't take out the previous high.
Aim for the head, soldier.
Bam. Peak formation is formed. You enter somewhere in here, you got about an hour to decide. Level 1 correction. Pins down.
There you go. Buy somebody back, purple. Don't run away from the buy station. You still do. Buy your teammate back, you fucking cunt. I don't beat people, bro. Fucking autism.
Pins up, pins down, forms kind of a little pullback wedge, right? Level 2, the correction is smaller and weaker. But again, market makers get the pins on both sides before the next level is commenced. Now something kind of funny happens. He goes into level 3 correction. He's got vector to the low in here. 3 pushes down to finish out the level, right? Funny how I only see pins on the bottom now. Here, and here, and here. Those candles were all the way down at one time. He's working the low. Now we know we've had on average a 50 pip drop per level, so we're at ADR, 150 pips. At 150 pips ADR, he starts issuing a pin at the bottom of the candle. A pin is a wick on the candle, whoever's asking. He starts issuing pins at the bottom. You notice that there's no pins on the top of these candles. Not necessary. I'm trying to trap short holders. So I push the market down, bam, snatch it away, gotcha. I hang around for 45 minutes, push the market down, bam, gotcha. Hang around for an hour, Push the market down, bam, gotcha. The third confirmation doesn't happen very often, but I like this chart because there was 3 confirmations here. And then 3 mini confirmations. I can't draw it down there.
He's shooting fire wheel service weapon.
And 3 mini confirmations.
Grenade.
1, 2,
What?
3. Do you see how...
What?
Get effective fire. Target down.
All units be advised, this is not a drill. Tactical coordination is a must. Prepare to engage the enemy. What's up, brother? You wanna get high?
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
Where we going, man? Everybody always flies so far away. So
So
far away.
Oh, God.
Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore?
Let's get this
That was
mostly
Mike.
downtown.
Get out seat right here.
Doesn't help to know you're so
Downtown.
far
Downtown, Blue
away.
Bear. Downtown, Blue Bear.
Roger that target over there.
No, I started on. Yeah, I did it now.
Happen to have a little news in
I don't know if we're
here.
gonna make that.
Stops in both directions with a strike. That trade's still good.
Where's everybody at?
How do I know?
Not with that
It's
attitude.
not taking it.
Dude, we are so fucking far away from each other.
You have your peak formation high. You have your high of the day. U.S. session.
Oh
You
shit!
also have your peak formation high of the week. What do I expect tomorrow? I expect stop hunt
This
rise
guy's
drop.
fucking chasing me with a car. Yeah, he just knocked me.
Why?
Fucking
Because
bitch.
I got the cycle now. I nailed it. It's anchored. Okay? Notice something kind of crazy in here too. There's 3 vectors in here.
Fucking pussy ass
Downside.
bitch.
And then notice something else in here. There's 3 little baby vectors in there. Then you come back in the second leg. Over the W out and reverse. This is not
Contacto, contacto.
Okay. Consolidation.
Shots fired. Show me your hands.
Stop hunt high.
Grenade.
This one happens to be
Grenade. Multiple bogeys. Hard contact. Disengage on my position.
what the hell?
Prepare to fire upon the enemy.
That's a stop hunt high. Hold the mayo.
Shots fired.
Not a sandwich. It's a trade.
Inimigo neutralizado.
Mayo is
Grenade. Show me your hands. Motherfucker, who do you think you are? You know who I am?
You know that this trade.
Shots fired, shots fired. All units be advised. Contact, contact. Multiple bogeys, multiple bogeys. Grenade.
Formation.
See, that's what I love about this new game mode. No more of that shit, man. I got a gun in my hand. You don't just walk up on somebody with a gun. Now you die. See, in the old game, niggas would just, whatever they call that shit, challenge you or whatever they thought it was.
Then what do you have? Just outside the
Motherfucker just run up on you and shit like they crazy.
To trigger the stops of the continue.
I used to hate that
For the
shit.
people that got it right long. Second leg, right?
Yeah, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, brother.
You need to hit it one more time to get the stops. That's your entry.
No more of that fuck shit, bro. Contact.
Consolidation. End the day.
You talking about getting played by real fucking people, right?
Hit.
We
Hit.
playing bots.
Target down. Reload.
We playing bots. bro.
Contacto, contacto. Contact. Fire wheel all units. Hit. Reload and engage the enemy.
The end of the week on Friday in this example.
Fire wheel. Sniper fire.
No fucking.
Yeah, sorry, brother.
To the low.
What does it sound like?
Lets me know.
Static?
Yesterday, price came in like this.
10-4, 10-4.
When they go back to that,
What the
second
fuck?
leg, same level, fatal break.
Your
second
mic
leg,
is so
same
far,
level,
Tommy.
fails to break. That's a big, fat W staring at you. That's good for about...
Yeah, mad staticky.
Just 305 move. Continuation from Friday.
Fucking ammo.
Notice how
No, we ain't gonna lose this.
they caught the retailers with the gap. Here, peak formation low. PF.
Take that!
What's up, pussy?
Eyes up, the
Peak
sector's hot.
formation low. Sunday going into Monday. There's your gap. Readjust your consolidation.
Fucking shoot at me.
Here. They gap and shift it away. They gap and shift it away. They don't want anybody to
How many
have problems.
fucking
They want
people?
stuff. Now they come back open. W. Issue. Second leg happens early.
There's a whole fucking squad on that
Do
loadout.
not hold over the weekend. I'm not telling you to hold over the weekend. I'm showing you how to analyze the chart going into Monday.
Are any of y'all near
I see
me?
peak formation Friday. I know where I'm at. Now coming out, I expect straightaway.
Oh,
Why
there's, yeah,
straightaway? They have to
they're taking real
aggressively get
people.
that because they jammed all these traders. Right?
Yo,
They gotta
blame
get
back
the hell
everybody.
out of there.
We can. Look at all this.
Throwing
Everybody
Semtex!
out and get them into market trouble because they know who's in trouble. They have no risk from the plugins. They got $100 million in margin trouble. If I clean that out, I'll put that in my
Enemy here.
pocket. I'm a market maker. So
100%.
that's where the aggressive break trade comes. The also, by the way, it happens to
Down
be the day
one.
that breakout traders make money.
This is the best
Second day of the cycle.
motherfuckers to kill.
Somebody's close.
Eyes on enemy.
Okay? In consolidation, what do you expect? One more night. Okay, what's the cycle?
Yeah,
W, V1,
Threats in the area.
N. That's the cycle, right? Anchor point, peak formation low. Day 2, day 3, reverse. Here you
Yeah,
go.
bro.
Day 1 rise. Consolidate, back into consolidation. Stop on low. Rise. Mids turn to the top side.
They come up on the side.
3 levels of rise built into there. They come back just outside the US Open.
Taking effective fire!
Down one.
We trace 140 pips.
Yeah. What's up, bitch?
They don't have unlimited equity.
What's up,
They
bitch?
must get back at some point in the cycle. Now, we're talking about continuation, but they can make a W and continue on the uptrend over here. They
What's up,
can
bitch?
profit, get back into the direction.
Yeah, he got me.
They have long-term goals that they have to be cognizant of. If they comes in with 3 days up, 3 days down, the market will I know Craig would because he always figured this out. Now, if you notice that trade, 150 pip retracement, 2 pins to the mayonnaise. They put the second leg in at the mayonnaise. There's your stop hunt low, hold the mayo at the USS. These things repeat over and over and over again. And you're going to see them in the charts. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. They're in there. Okay? Good stuff. Hang in there. I know you guys are getting tired. 10:30-ish. I don't want to beat you up too long. Okay. Now, here's the thing that's going to piss you off. This pisses me off. You know your support resistance bullshit stuff you're drawing
Enemy
on
movement.
hard? It's
Oh
a
shit.
bonus.
Oh shit. Both y'all dead?
No.
Dead dead?
The consolidation zones created during these moves intraday create false support and resistance level that the market maker puts that's visible on the chart. Understand what I just said. The consolidation zones that he makes
Go loaded.
resistance
Go loaded.
because all the retail traders draw the lines on the
I'm gonna land over by you.
Dickhead.
So right now, here's the pattern, right? Think for a minute.
Fuck the fang.
This flap right here ensures that some retail guy's going to draw a line through it and say that's support from February or August 2nd, 2011, and that should hold sometime in the future. He creates those zones to make you draw the lines. Hey Joe, nice to see you. I'll get to you. I missed your coffee, buddy. Thanks for the nice email yesterday, by the way. Us and Compass. Okay, now, to sum this up a little bit. Level 1 and Level 3 aggressive moves will be seen.
Holy shit, was that a real guy?
Market makers must get a profit
I'm a fucking
and
mouse.
do so at
God damn, he's way out. You're way over
and
there,
beat
bro.
previous Level 3. 3 levels of rise, they go into stop hunt, hit stops high, drop. That's your Level 1. Level 3 becomes the reversal and starts
Holy
Level
shit,
1.
homeboy's got
It doesn't
11,
do
right?
anything for a minute.
Killing fucking everybody.
1, 2, 3. Hit the stops one more time and rise. This becomes the new direction, right? Level 3 has now become Level 1.
How the fuck?
Alright, I'm coming back. I'm done.
They're going to continue the reversal, or they're going to continue the uptrend after they make the retracement. This becomes the reset and you start the count. We'll talk about this stuff.
We're winning this game.
Okay?
Goddamn right.
Click the chart. Get rid of my drawing. Holy shit. Okay.
Got a fucking retard over here.
Something kind of interesting. The head and shoulders pattern develops in Level 3 most often.
Yo, killing retards is fun.
Think about what the head and shoulders
Damn right it is.
hit the high, pull back. Hit the stops, pull back.
Holy
Stop
shit.
one more time,
Shit,
start
he's
out
down.
to left and split.
He's unloading, bro. He's unloading.
God damn.
Oh
bro.
my
The
god.
difference is between us and everybody else in the retail
Bro, you
world,
gotta stick with the
I
team.
want you to take that pattern at the
What
network.
the fuck, dude?
It's over. I want you to learn to grab it here.
Oh, it makes me want to punch babies.
Just stay with me and I will lead you to victory.
Okay? We'll talk about it more, don't worry. Here's what I
Alright, Pink.
do.
You can get me over here just fine, bro.
Where's this
Right?
guy at?
There's
Oh,
the M formation.
Yeah.
Nice drop.
Good shit, good shit, good shit.
Consolidation.
About to go back to
False
do back.
support and resistance on the chart.
Oh, you
Below?
picked the
False
problem?
support and resistance
Oh,
on the
God.
chart. This lines up with some crap you'll project
He
down
said
here.
pinky
You feel
bump.
good.
I think there's a retard over
They
there.
come in, spike the low.
This
Agent
motherfucker
session.
already sitting on 15, dude. Save some pussy for the
They
rest of
come
us.
in, spike past the low, pick up the pendings, break out
Eyes
highs,
up, the sector's
snatch
hot.
the market away from you, hit the stops of anybody that was correct in this average. Anybody that didn't move to break even, anybody that
Kill these
didn't break
Hit my
retards.
vape real quick.
or the second pass. Either one of these is an acceptable short here. Okay? Railroad tracks going into the session. But isn't the head and shoulder
Marking
pattern,
contract.
Good.
Oh shit, that's not the gun I wanted. Whatever.
isn't the head and shoulder pattern
Holy
a
shit.
variation on a W?
It's the same fucking
got
faggot,
money.
bro.
Think. Forget about it, Adam. You take this guy's shoulder. We don't need it. Get rid of it.
Watch, you won't get banned.
Here's your spike to the low. Second pass. Double
Right.
formation take.
Oh.
The third try coming back.
Yeah, we gotta.
Doesn't take out.
Get him to that. Oh, you got him already.
Okay? So, this
You gotta play
behavior
hospital.
exhibits level 3. Do not enter the trade after the day.
Do we wanna do that?
Hostile shooter.
The
Fucking
move
supply.
We got retard southeast.
Okay, no, this is fire.
Again, here you go. Level 3 behavior. Why? Because what they do is, they're showing you a downtrend, right? Averages are separated, the 50s past the 200. Water is below the mayonnaise. The 50 EMAs trading below. That's a retail trader's downtrend. What do you do as a retail trader? Buy the rallies. Buy the rallies. I'm sorry, sell the rallies in the downtrend. Right? But what's really happened is they've made the aggressive move towards level 3, issued a hammer, formed the low, come back, spike to that low, but don't take it out, and there's your proper entry on it. There's your straight runner. Do not go against the market makers. Trading runner.
How many snipers
Trade
are
both ways on level 3, but
shotguns?
that's more advanced, I'll talk about it later. I want you just to get the basic concepts right now.
This shit is
Why
dumb
should we
as
change
hell.
from a downtrend after 3 levels of drop? Head and shoulders is seen. But look, just think about what this is. Draw this box right here. Look it out for you to see.
I'll drive.
Draw the box right here. Okay. Session open. They pick up the breakout guys. Spike them out long. Spike them low short. Break plus the close. You enter here short. Gotcha. Just kidding. Our group enters here. Okay? And in 3 bars, you're up big. This is usually a 50 pip channel. 50 pip Tokyo channel, right? They already, 1 bar is shifted off the low, 50.
I'm
Next
gonna
bar
go
is about
for
50
it.
right here.
There you go.
Then they
Yeah,
chop around a
I'm
little
gonna
bit,
go
hit it
for it.
again. 50. There's your ADR. Understand?
Dumb bitch.
Okay. Never trade against the peak formation out of level 1 consolidation. That's the day the breakout traders are rewarded. The straightaway develops here most often. Market makers have gotten what they need at the head and shoulders, the aggressive moves, and the traders are jammed going into tomorrow. Trap. They will not come back to the level because if they do, it releases all that money back into their accounts of the traders. Understand? Eating back towards the level, they allow the traders to click out at +1, +5, -2, -3. It's not what they're not in the business of letting people out. They're in the business of jamming.
I'll drive.
So understanding that keeps you in the right direction of bias. WVBM, MAAW.
I'll come along.
Okay, my first target hurt. Don't confuse the 3 swipes at the stop loss.
Alright,
The
I got the
vector
bounty.
candles. Don't confuse the 3 pushes or pulses to the stop loss levels with the 3 levels of rise and correction. So people, I understand. The 3 levels of or 3 swipes at the stops are like this. They're tight and they're perched. But then you have the 3 levels of
Somebody else here though, what the fuck?
approximately 50 pips each, depending on the pair. Australia's like 25 pips each.
How
Okay?
many guys we got left? 45? Jesus.
Rookie theory stuff. I don't know, it's interesting. Okay, now, we're going to end on this next couple of slides. Once you understand how the market is structured, there's only 4 trades that you should be looking for. These trades are 90% accurate in real life. I know publicly I can't say that. People think I'm absolutely insane. But I promise you, when you get into the forum and start looking around at the family,
3 cards at the end of the week. Crap.
Get it. Let's go fire. What are you looking at? Oh.
Where? No.
Got one sighted here. Enemy in the area. Cancel that.
T-spawn?
Eyes up. The sector's hot.
And they're scared when I say that shit. They think I'm
Oh,
crazy.
come on.
You guys wanna buy loading? On the other side by chance? Oh shit.
Fancy. Fancy. Yeah.
Oh, you fucking love. I saw that shit, bro. God damn.
Fantastic. These setups are going to ensure your success and produce turns and win rates that are unprecedented in this crazy business. Promise you.
Showed up on the buy.
Well, thank
Okay, here's the trades.
We gotta center more on
Stop
the
on high
circle.
end formation. Stop on low W formation. Straightaway rush, straightaway
Oh,
cut.
another one.
That's it.
Here's money on buy.
Too simple, right? You need some like dots on there, shit. You need some BBs, MACDs. What the hell? It's too easy.
Damn, dude. This makes me want to play with the fucking ground. I'm not gonna lie.
And just look at the price action. What they're doing.
What the fuck am I
I talked about that stupid picture that was out. I don't know. I think I was in my
Retards incoming.
You know, it was like flying saucers.
Go on.
Something happens after you blink looking at it for a few minutes. You
There's one on
blink,
me.
and all of a sudden the picture opens up, and you can
Dead.
see flying
Another
saucers, dinosaurs, orange cows, green cars.
Bro, that sounds like a fucking, a decoy.
That's how I want you to look at the chart. I want you to look at the chart with a different eye, a different set
What a
of
bot.
beliefs and understanding. And I want you to blink, and all of a sudden you see the M's, the W's, the flying saucers, the dinosaurs eating your stocks.
I'm shooting my back.
Understand? When you look at
Right,
what
that's stupid
I'm
as well.
showing you, and
I'll
it
play
clicks,
with your wife maple in the fucking car.
Yeah.
No big, no big deal. No big deal.
I still can't see 3D art.
Got a marksman rifle.
Yeah, bro,
I
drop that
don't want
UAV.
that happen to you. I want you to be the
Got at least two
starfish that
retards
flew
by it?
back. I want you to be the person that gets this. All is ready. Okay, it's 10:43. I'm gonna end here. A good spot. I'm sorry if you're tired. I went a little longer than I like to go. I usually try to break around 10:30. Homework for tomorrow, my friends. You didn't want to hear it, but here it is. I want you to go back,
Gotcha.
and I want you to mark the charts. I want you to do Euro USD
Holy shit.
and GBP USD.
Who's fucking doing that?
And I want you to write on the chart everything I taught you. You new guys do it. Old guys don't do it because I'm gonna be slammed. I will look at all the emails tonight or tomorrow before class. Let me get a little white piece of paper over there.
Need a fucking gas.
Here we go.
We still have 20,000.
Euro USD. GBP USD. Go back as far as you want. I don't care. Go back a month, go back 2 months, whatever.
Oh,
Okay, now, I want you to label
Small
Retards
copy,
up
enemy in
top.
the area.
everything that I talked about on the chart.
downed up there.
Alright, let me review.
Should go. Yeah.
Alright, I want you to label. Let me give you this. Vector candle. 3 strikes.
They down.
W.
Oh shit.
3 levels of rise.
I ran them over.
3 levels of fall.
I'm getting
I want you to label end of day. I basically want you to find this one.
Taking effective fire.
1, 2, 3 to high. Pull back, in again. 1, 2, 3. W, reverse, end of day. I want you to label this. I want you to know the pins, the timings, the hammers, orange hearts. I want you to label everything I talked about for the last 4 hours. Okay?
Taking effective fire.
The beginning of the slide. Steve at MMM4.com. I'm gonna take gonna go through as many as I can. It's gonna be a lot, but I'm gonna get through them. I always do, I promise. And I'm gonna take some of 2 or 3
They're all on top
outstanding
of
ones,
big house.
and I'm gonna post them tomorrow for our review.
Wait till they pull off. Just wait till they pull off.
Okay? Any questions pertaining to today's information and homework that I can help with?
Throwing a stun grenade!
If any
They're
kid
gonna
has been
pull off
answering and
of it.
typing in here, helping out with questions, that's fine.
Dropping the plate box.
Nice to see you, Lou.
I need that.
Can I type my email address? I can't type it because it won't type the screen. I can try to write it. Let's see. It's my
You got
name.
this.
They're gonna pull off of it right now.
Don't play. He's up top.
Taking fire!
Alright. S-T.
Oh, he got me.
I got you. 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 I got
So
you.
you should have wrote that down. I told you to take notes.
He's about to
Steve
push.
at N4X. F-O-R-E.
Throwing grenade!
We'll be on the roof.
Right up there.
I have another email address coming. Take a snapshot.
Got 2 of them down. Got 2 of them down.
Dude, don't do it, man.
Enemy movement.
The other one.
Oh, he got me.
The other one just run off.
He's dropping down. He's really dropping down.
Hell of a
No,
game.
one's
How
down. His
many?
man's down by the car.
Damn it.
Man, hell of a game. How many of those fucking faggots was there? God damn, I feel like we shot 100 people.
Stop on low. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? Stop on low, stop on high.
This guy gets pussies. Fuck him.
Reverse pins. Mini consolidation zones within the range. Did the
He's almost dead.
We shot 100 motherfucking niggas.
We got like 80 people or something.
Thank you. Thank you, Dana, for all the gear. And thanks, nice to see you, buddy. Thanks, David. Nice to meet trading there, buddy. I see you. Thank you, guys. This is good stuff, man. I love teaching it as much as I hope you love learning it. It's awesome. Peter, how you doing? Bruno. Tony T from Florida.
There
Hope
it
you're
is.
okay.
It's like
Super
you
nice
said,
to see
now
you.
y'all trapped up there.
Smoking, man.
They're collecting orders and left y'all up there.
Joe, nice to see you, buddy. I'm out of chocolate and I'm running low on coffee.
No.
Back on
Okay,
the roof.
welcome everybody. Studio, nice to see you. Nice to see everybody.
No.
I won't spend too much time doing that. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about. Let's throw some letters that I got. A lot of nice emails. Listen, whoever sent me homework at 5:45, not going to get check record for class. Come on, man. Homework needs to be 4 p.m. Eastern time. Alright, so at least have an hour so we can get it. Guys that got it overnight, thank you. I spent all night looking at it, going through my emails, and keep an eye on the charts. Some great setups last night. Went out and weathers that were really cool.
Here we go!
Put out the email address
Stun
on
grenade!
this one. This gentleman was following Euro CHF, which was fantastic. He had a couple of days down. Very nice spike to the low at the end of the US session. He came back and hit it again for a little bit. Snapshots on if you look at it. But he figured they would push it to the ADR. They did. Looking at the Mayo, I took it there for 252 pips. I see how small the trade tends to like. Just like the quarter grip. Consolidation. They wanted to trigger the orders while, and I said I bet they were worse, better than 30 pips. Take a lot of them before the continues. But I don't know if you can see that much. I mean, homework's still coming in. Shame on you guys. Alright. Anyway, Great job. You know who this is. This is from Dave McCoy. He's been around. He's turned the corner. He's been around me a little while. Met him in Orlando. Fantastic guy. And I got here. Still riding. GJ got 65 tips. Same setup as he did. Fantastic night, Dave. Proud of you, buddy. Glad to see this. And this is from Murray, I think. I finally turned the corner, not falling for the stupid circular and counter trend trades. I wanted you to see that and perhaps comment tonight on 2 trades I posted in the forum earlier. Haven't had a chance, buddy. I'll look at it later. I increased my demo account 25% in 2 trades. 2% risk per trade, no fear. Would have put 10 standards on it. That's how certain he was of the setups. Fantastic stuff. Great to hear it. Some of the markups, Lisa Stewart, if you're here, this is an excellent markup. Proud of you. Great job. This is what your markup should look like. A lot of you, it did not. No problem. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, here's another one. The name fell off, and I'm sorry. I don't know who I dragged this email out of, and there's so many emails I couldn't go back. If this is yours, great job. Mess up, let me know. You should be proud of it. Sorry, I won't make that mistake again. I dragged it to my desktop, closed the email, and couldn't remember where the hell it came from. Sorry about that. But this is an excellent markup also. Okay. Some of the people asked me the trade that I was eating at, having dinner at the Columbia, missed it in the crowd. Yeah, so you guys see this? It says some people say they can't see my screen. I didn't ask if everyone can hear and see. Should not be a blue screen. Okay, good, good. John, reboot, refresh, download Java. That's the 3 solutions. Look, come in and out, close your computer, and make sure you have the most recent version of Java. Okay, thanks, Subio. Good stuff. All right, look, except below here, this is GJ, pound yen. The trade was better actually in EJ, but they both set up identical. Okay? They have the low formed, they pull away the whole session, and they come back and nail it again. Okay, what I want you to see is variations on the theme. We hit the same thing 3 times, right to the 4-hour mark. An easy grab out in 3 bars. Okay, this is the Euro, which is the same setup, but I want you to see how the second leg. Grab my ball, sorry. The second leg came in here. See the blue tracer right there where I drew the yellow line? The second leg came right down to this level, opened the spread, pick up the orders, and got the hell out of there quick. Your entry is right here, and in 3 or 4 bars you're up big. There's absolutely no pain, no drawdown in that. Alright, I know I told you that in the day when you called bullshit on me, told me I'm crazy. I promise you, in 30 minutes you were up big and there was no pain on that trade. You'll start to recognize these things, but the market maker does the same crap over and over. That's all he's got. You can hit your stops up or down, change the direction that he moves off of one of these formations. Once he catches the retail traders going the wrong way. Once you understand this, the game is 90% over in your favor. Okay? Understand it's just variations on a theme. He'll make deeper stop hunts or deeper vector candles to try to trick you, to make you perceive momentum. Alright, this is hilarious to me. I don't trade the Turkish lira / Japanese yen, but people say, can you trade this in every pair, anytime, any place? The answer is yes. Look at this pair right here. The Japanese yen, Turkish lira. When's the last time you ever looked at that pair? I know, me either, except today. There's your vector, 3 to the high, 4-hour resistance. They pull down, consolidate, there's shift the zone, there's your entry. There's your US reversal W formation back to the watermark. Hilarious. To me, anyway. It's in there. Turkish lira, Japanese yen. This is a repeat of what happened last night. Here's your consolidation zone. This happened in Euro. This was a few weeks ago. There's your stop hunt low. There's your vector 3 to the low. 3 swipes at the low in the shadow box. There's your entry. No pain on the trade. Except the spread. Spread's brutal on that pair. Straight green candles rise right past the mayonnaise. And notice in here, as you come back, test the mayonnaise and continue on. They test those points Because people trade the average or moving average crossovers. So those points have to be tested. If you know better, know where you are in the cycle, you won't fall for it. I think Tony T sent me a slide where he tried to short something similar to this. Tony, you gotta know where you are in the cycle. You tried to short level 1 consolidation after the peak. Alright, I know it's a mistake a lot of you make. You need to understand the shadow boxes, the timing, where you are in the cycle, to not fall for those type of things. Okay? I showed you Turkish lira. Here's last night. Hey, Euro CHF. Euro CHF, look. It's been dropping tremendously. I think it fell over 800 pips. Stop hunt right out of the box. There's your consolidation. There's your railroad tracks to the low. At the appropriate time, that trade was painless. You were out in about 40 minutes or less. 35 minutes. It was over. Second bar, not 1 ounce of drawdown. The spread was a drawdown. In profit immediately. Stop loss goes below the low. That's a beautiful trade. Coming off this, look, pay attention. Let me talk to this. A big, fat W right on the page. There's the entry, right? See it? TVP CHF, Euro CHF, all the same. Okay, this is Euro CHF. The only difference is 515, 530. They held it. It was a little bit later. It was a little bit behind the other pair. No big deal. But don't you see what's in here? You have your drop. 1, 2, 3 intraday. 3 levels of drop. Spike the low aggressively. Repeat the level at the London Open. They come back. They fail to take out the low. Look very closely right here. Right there. Let me draw a big fat arrow for you. See the blue tracer in there, light blue tracer? When they pin the light blue tracer, that is evidence that they are picking up the orders on the other side of yesterday's low. But they do it by opening the spread and not releasing other traders. They're stuck -5, -2. Have you ever been in a trade where you get really close to getting out, -5, -7, you think you're out, and all of a sudden they shift it away from you?
Take cover!
Right? Has that happened to you before? Of course it has. They know this. They come into the same levels, spike it, open the spread, pick up the orders, and get the hell out of there. Look how quick this trade went into profit and they got out of here. This was a 200 pip rise straight before you had the first level of consolidation stutter. Notice where it stutters.
Enemy stepper marked.
At the 200. Why? Because traders probably tried to play the bounce short on the 200 EMA.
Threats in the area.
The signals, the pins to the mayonnaise, and the sharp pins, and all the stuff I'm going to cover are meaningless unless you understand where you are in the cycle and know. If they pin to the mayonnaise as a stop hunt, that's a setup. If they pin to the mayonnaise after the stop hunt in the middle of the run, different story. Stuff I'm going to talk about, variations on the theme, understanding where you are in the cycle.
Enemy stepper marked.
Okay? A lot of you wrote this to me. Someone said in the letter,
About to go up there right now.
trade, but I did. Sorry, but I couldn't help myself. I saw this and I about fell out of my chair. I love emails like that, but even though you should just be observing and trading, that's fine. But it was kind of easy last night. Every major did this setup after the drop correction. Why? They let out their money. They let out their money. They let out their money. And we're running low. Let's correct it. Let's rise price against the downtrend to get our money back. Understand, start thinking like a market maker. Stop thinking like a retail trader following the technicals that everybody else sees on the chart. When you see something so obvious that it's a downtrend, you need to start thinking why the breaks and look for the reversal. This can be hidden behind news. It can be hidden behind any geopolitical event, any garbage, the debt ceiling, they blame it on anything that's out there, they'll blame it on. That is on purpose.
AFK.
They create an attitude or a sentiment about the market. The Eurozone's cracked. Euro's going to correct. Euro's going to correct. Out of nowhere, Euro rises. Understand this is on purpose. Is to get you to chase the wrong direction of move. Alright? No, I don't want to offend the guy. I took the email out. This was the worst email I got. Didn't I spend 20 minutes talking about this prop being a piece of crap? No offense to the guy that sent it. I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad that you didn't pay attention enough. I need to tell you that these session times are shit. I told you the time that I gave you was
Hostile shooter.
everything else that's out there is propaganda to keep you trading incorrectly. This slide comes from people's inability to understand the session game. You said that I'm not yelling. Times I gave you. There's a script in the forum to ping your broker server and get the GMT offsets for the server. I think Gary put it in there. That's what I want you to use, alright? And if I misunderstood why you said this to me, I'm sorry, but this like broke my heart. I spent an hour talking about time ribbon matching up, going over the times, everything else is crap, and then I opened the email and saw this block. I thought I had my share for me. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's get these photos out of here and I'll get into the slides and get caught up where we were. Give me a second. Alright.
I'll drive.
Some of your markups were not as good as this, and I'm not picking on anybody. I just want you to get it right. It's a little bit, I'm gonna do some training on how to do it. This is the kind of markup stuff that we're looking for. Today I'll make a list of the things that we talked about and you should be looking for.
Don't worry, it's not live.
We're going to talk about the trading zone and how it's set. Alright, I'll take questions at the end of the class. Just relax, open your mind, enjoy yourself. I see a lot of stuff.
Don't worry, it's not live.
We'll talk about the setups. Let's talk about the trading zone, how things are set up. Don't worry about the charts right now. Just try to open your mind to the concepts. It's coming. Relax. We'll get there. Okay? Alright, the trading zone. I want you to learn how to identify the key points on the chart where you can safely enter into trades. That is going to answer your question about the N's and the W formations. Relax. The highest probability setups that will allow you to become most profitable. I didn't say profitable, I said most profitable. I want you to nail this. 8 out of 9. 8 out of 10. That's the kind of success rate I want you to have, hit rate. Okay, so let's go over
Hostile shooter.
the ideal Asian range is 50 clicks or less, right? Tokyo channel, if you guys know what that is. Alright, some people saying they cannot see that. Barbara, there's a slide for it. If you're having technical problems, my slides are up, I know my not recording. Problems, you can log out, log back in. Ideal Asian range, less than 50 pips. If it's bigger than 50 pips, I'll show you how to handle it.
Don't make me take that gun away.
Okay, Jose will talk about it. The Asian range
Get a UAV in the air.
sometimes gets blown out under 125 pips. You must then reconsolidate the last quarter to 1/3 of the box and understand the next possible move. I'll try to do that. Okay. If the Asian range spikes down, the next likely move, you have a good news release. The next likely move is at the London Open second leg formation. I'll try. If price spikes up under 50 bucks, depending on the ADR pair, the next likely move is stop hunt high drop. Okay? The new guys, I want you to practice in a good Asian range. So what I'm telling you is if you come to your terminal and the Asian range is blown out, and you can't see where to reconsolidate it, that's a pass on that currency. Okay? Right there, Asian channel, Tokyo channel is blown out. The setup can occur in the last quarter to just outside the blue box. If the move comes a little bit earlier, and it does, and it will, you are smarter than a blue box. Understand what happened. The move came earlier, the high was formed, they made the second leg repeat the level, it didn't break it. Understand this, it is still trading. Okay, am I going fast? Am I pacing just right? Jack up back. Like. Now you know we put some gray boxes in here. The problem is I want you to learn without the gray boxes. I want you to understand what you're looking at. I want you to look at a box. That's not what we're doing here. I want you to conceptualize what these guys do. And completely understand and immerse yourself in their behaviors, and you'll be able to walk into a chart at any point in time and take a trade. Okay? So now, the setup occurs in the last 1/3 to 1/4 of this box. Okay, so remember the little story? Set the high and low, high end, and trading between the range. They get right before the London session, they open its swing, and then they make the aggressive move, 25 to 50 pips, and 3 strikes. They're pulling out to stop them. They will then pull back and begin to make you continue shooting. They will the second pass, if it does not close on a pin, it must railroad track. You must go down, and come right back up. Close on a pin is a spike or a here's what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go.
Good shit, bro.
Market maker set the high and low, trading between the range. They will then make 3 moves to the low. I'm going to put that in detail. 1, 2, 3 to the low. They will then pull back. This move out of the box.
Damn, we did good.
From the bottom of the range to the top of the range.
Wow.
25 to 50 pips. If it was a textbook, this is the example that would be in the textbook. They're going to get exactly no. We know that the pound process, 50 pips on average. We know Australian and Canadian does 20 to 25 pips on average, as high as 30. If you guys don't bite, you'll run it to 50. I'm going to cover this, but I want you to understand it and hear it. Okay? Think about every textbook you've ever read. Where do you put your stop? 7 to 10 pips below the entry bar. 25 pips below the entry. 30 pips. 50 minutes. You think that they haven't read that book or heard this crap? They know exactly where the stops are located by the retail trader.
Came back, money, Buddha.
That's why they knock them out so simple. Okay? It's kind of funny they're coming through.
I made this drop in front of me here.
Okay, look. So now, they spike below is the spike. Right out of the box. If you reconsolidate outside the box, then you must measure from your swing low. You must
I'm over here by myself, Buddha.
issue the box yourself, just draw the lines, from one swing low to the other swing high, that becomes your range. Alright, I'll draw an example in a minute. So I can make it consolidate off to the low. The last leg of the swipe to the low may look like an outside bar. Okay, now. And there's an outside bar. Because you're consolidating off the low every day.
I need you back.
Look, bro. There's another one here. There's two of them.
Validate the technical. Okay, that's what's going on.
You gotta play some, you gotta play.
The second pass comes in last night. It was ideal
Eyes up, the
because
sector's
it was
hot.
right
Taking it back to fire.
asked me about
Left
the
here,
pin.
back here.
Down there. Okay, understand? Immediately, they came out of the zone. That's the formation of your W. You have a lot of things going on here to confirm the trade. As soon as they do the work and track the traders, they want to create fear, greed, and panic in the market. That's their job. Your job is to keep you stunned and scared.
I'm taking fire.
And for 80% of the traders, I'm guessing, a lot of people starting out here with big our screen every 5 minutes. It's over quick.
Armor box
You can
over
get on
here.
with your day and your life. We're at 50 minutes in the blink of an eye. 45 minutes to an hour.
Yep. You know I had to. My fault.
Anybody remember the scratch out list?
I didn't have a reload.
You did self-stop. Anybody tell me the number?
Hold on, one, your reload wasn't gonna help you much.
Auto scratch out 2 hours. If you were not in
This is a win if we play it right.
2 hours, scratch out. Why? They're holding the consolidation level to get more contracts. The straddle they were hoping for was not achieved. Okay, let's take that a step further.
Oh, they all on the hill.
Time's over.
I gotta get a car.
There we go. Come on, let's work.
Went on a car.
Come on, let's work. Let's work. Go to work.
That one.
That's it.
Damage. Melee. Rock. In the night, in the day, go to work.
I'm taking fire.
So now, guy comes on, London Open, pick up the breakout trader, fly the swing,
Nigga, we just won a fucking match. Tell me we got that. People, the money Buddha. The money Buddha. Diamond strong. Diamond strong. In the night, in the day, go to work. Go to work.
We know that the stocks are triggered in 25 to 50 increments.
Go to work.
I didn't achieve my target, there goes my freaking bonus this week. What do I gotta do? I gotta convince you that the direction is short. How do I do that? I hit it again, 25 to 50 pips lower. I'll consolidate for up to 2 hours. If I don't get the numbers that I was assigned or told I need, I can't just come up empty-handed. Too much money involved for me to come up empty-handed. They're not in the business of coming up empty-handed. So what do? They attack the next level and cut this level 25 to 50 pips lower. Why 25 to 50 pips? Because it'll convince you, number one,
To sell.
that that's the direction. And number two, it'll hit the stop losses of the people that got it right, that were long. Then the same exact behavior will be seen. Usually, if they go over 2 hours and don't move, it becomes a 50-50 proposition. We are not in the 50-50 business. We are in the 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 business. And what I'm telling you is, that if you take
You
a
gotta do a
trade
little sniff.
and it does not move into profit immediately like last night's setup, your job is to closely monitor the trade with a 2-hour stop clock. Put a timer on, set an alarm clock, whatever you need to do. Never mind the 7.5, scratch yourself out. Because the criteria for the setup has broken down. And I don't want you hanging around on a 50-50 shot. There's going to be times when we say, yeah, they did. Just as easily as they did. But they hold this level for more than 2 hours, something else is going on. They don't have the straddle that they needed. They don't have the contract accumulation straddle the way they needed it to be profitable. So now they got to extend the consolidation. With an extended consolidation, it becomes one more strike of the stops. It could be mine, which would be the third get down. Right? Get that a lot. Get 3 hits in a row. If it gets the third time down, you're good. The trade's even more solid, it's going to reverse. Here's why. They didn't go down there because they were bored. They went down into the cash. They grabbed it,
Get out,
got
see
what
right
they
here.
needed, and they get out of the zone.
Yes, that'll do.
After the third hit, you can expect a major move. Okay, write that down. That's right. They hit it 3 times, expect a major. The better trade is they hit it 3 times, and each subsequent swipe is not taken out. Does that make sense? Here's why. We just go on here. They spike it, pull back. They hit it, come near it, miss it. Go on, hit it again, miss it. If this is rising, if this is rising, okay, that means that lower level shorts are grabbed, don't let them out. Lower level shorts are grabbed, don't let them out. Lower level shorts are grabbed, got everything we need like that. That's what it means. Okay? Now, back to the trading zone. Sorry the slide wiped it out, but I'm going to wipe this out. Okay. Alright, blah, 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 all this. Okay, last quarter to 1/3 of the box. 1, 2, 3 to the low. 1, 2, 3 swipes at the low. It could be in 3 candles. It could be in 1 candle. It could be a regular track. But when you watch that candle form, it's in 3 pulses. And I'm going to break it down for you how it pulses. Okay? So now, they pull back, they go into accumulation. Gotta get my money, that's why I'm here today. They hang around. They push down. They do not take out the previous level. That forms the W formation. Your entry is on close.
Don't make me take that gun away.
The first target is the high of the day. Okay. Think about this for a minute. The Asian channel is 45 pips. That's 50 pips right there, right? 45. If the stop hunt is 25 to 50 pips, let's just call it 75 pips. I want you to learn that. Okay? And it can happen. Then the goal is to maximize your time in front of the screen where you add contracts and you come out with the number of dollars you're looking for. Okay? So now, the trading zone, they come out in 3 swipes. They always pull off. They make some outside structure. Some structure that's lower than the current consolidation. Thank you, Paul. I've been working on my artwork. Okay? They will consolidate off of the low, away from the pin, away from it, because they have some number of people trapped down here. They do not want to release them. It's not their job to release money without extracting money that comes from traders. Okay? So that's how this comes in. That's why it's an outside bar, an outside structure. Spike to the high, spike to the low, same thing. Alright, let's look at it again from this angle. Alright, accumulate all night, collect. 1, 2, 3 to the high. Anybody that got it right going short, we got to take you out.
Get out of here.
Okay? The entire business is how they handle the initial high and low, and the high and low of the day is the entire business. That's it. That's the whole business in a nutshell. Thanks, Dave. The fast move in Forex is fake. Because they're spending their money, they're doing it on live volume, they're flashing the pairs. So when it spikes out really quick, what you thought once before was momentum is actually the first leg of the stop line. The aggressive moves in this zone is to keep you confused about what direction, and the ones that got it right to stop them and shake them out. Take their money. That's the nature of the beast. That's what they do. Okay? Your job is to take trades near the low of the day and the high of the day. That's it. That's your job. So with that job in mind, okay, here's a box that's blown out. Okay, coming out of the London session, there's the spike to the low. Bam, they can come back 2 bars for railroad tracks. Either one of these entries is acceptable. They come back again and form up the second leg of the W. This is level 1 consolidation. See the pins? Hit the stops, hit the stops, hit the stops, hit the stops, rise. Hit the stops, hit the stops, rise again, change the pin to the top side and snag everybody.
Buddy, I just want to play a game.
By the way, this is what I mean. This would have been the initial high of the day candle or the secondary high round of the cut. The second bar comes in and takes out the high, but closes all the way down here. Right? That's where it closes. That's railroad tracks to the high, where the second leg takes out the first. But if you know anything about candles, which I'm going to cover, when they spike to the high like that, they quickly snatch the market away from the higher level long and send them into a tizzy or a panic. I don't know where I got the speaker. My wife said it the other day, and it's stuck in my head. Sorry about that. They send you into a panic, right? You notice 2 bars is straight drop.
Standing by. Requesting recon flyover.
1 hour of straight drop. That 1 hour of straight drop, if people are long, sucks for you. You're freaking out right now. You're moving your stop. You're telling your wife to put on CNBC. You're trying to figure it out, right? Think about what they do. If you are long, they get the day back in consolidation, but not quite earn a profit, and you tell yourself, nah, I hate to lose money on this. I'll hold it overnight and see what happens.
I'll drive.
Right? That's the old way to trade. That's over with. The new way is to understand that the high of the day, you take a short in here, and in 3 bars you're out at the watermark on a spike to the 50 EMA. And if you didn't book your profit on the first pass, you got 1 more chance. Most of the time, market makers will repeat the level on a near miss. Our group knows to take that or to book a profit if you're in the open. Okay? That's what I want you to start to understand. Alright, here it is again. Here's the vector to the high, right? Rotation to the high. It happens to be 2 railroad tracks in the middle. What's kind of cool about that is that the traders that take the moving average cross or break plus close are now long. But we know it's the high of the day. We know that they snap a bunch of traders on this railroad track right here. Right? Then what do? They pull off, they go into consolidation for about an hour. That consolidation keeps the retail traders open. Right? Think about it for a minute. So in the trade, you got 15, 20 pips, 25 pips. All holding that level there, man. That's support from February 07. It ought to hold and bounce and continue going back up fast. Big mentality. That's also a rally-based drop, rally-based rise, whatever the thing is. Rallies up, faces out, and rises up again. Some stupid. It's not important. What's going on here is people are calculating this on their little beds. Right? They're projecting this movie. We know that it's yes. We know that it's not going to play out like that, and that they will correct off of the high of the day once it's established. You know the trade is good, but they pull off the extended consolidation to hold the level. How long do they run these levels? 30 to 90 minutes. The 30-minute anomaly is this railroad track. The 30-minute anomaly is 15 up to the high, 15 away. They spike it for 15 minutes, and you immediately get out of there. That's where the 30 minutes come in. But an ideal is 90 minutes to about 2 hours. I can tell you that in the pound forces, railroad tracks occur most often.
They tagged me!
They must trap quickly in the pound crosses and get out of there. Okay?
Hurt.
So here's what happens. You have your drop. This is the no trade zone, especially for the newbies. Okay? You should be in your trade and up, and you should be in profit like right here in 10 minutes. I'm exaggerating. An hour, so you're out. No nursing. The trade goes into profit immediately. When you catch the trade at this hammer, when you catch the trade at this hammer or this railroad track, they shift the zone right here and go into consolidation and then shift it again. You were up and profit the whole time they were consolidating. Depending on the spread, +5, -1, +7, you're in consolidation. Somewhere in here, you're out. You got your +50 for the day. You want to hold it, that's okay. The exit is the reverse signal after 3 levels. You're not going to get 3 levels intraday, understand? Now, look. Take these pieces. That structure right there, right? That is an outside bar, those 2 pieces together. If I put it on a 30-minute chart, those 2 pieces together. That's an outside bar, like this low. When you hit the low again, you have to
Requesting close air! Target mark!
this happens to come in 9:45, and you have your consolidation to start the session. Above the low of the day that's established. Right? It's safe to enter anywhere in here. The better entries when they make the pass towards the second leg and fail to take it out. I'll cover the times of the boxes. Just enjoy the concepts right now. Don't worry, Robert. I got you. The trade is counter to the market trend. So the first part is the norm 50 EMA. So this is basically 30 and 50 counter to the market makes the trend. If you're in A1 or V1, which I will cover, I'd rather you not counter for the day. Okay? Understand the because the straightaway trade occurs most often here. Alright? Hope you guys see it. Okay. Trading zone again. This is exactly an example of 3 hits to the high where you would have scratched out, and that's okay. But when they hit it again and didn't break it, you got something solid. Okay? The only thing I don't like about it is 2 hits in one session, and the 3rd hit is coming into the US session. I like to see the hits spread out over 2 sessions. That is way more powerful. Look at all this accumulation, right? Here's the high. You got to push it up. Swipes at the high. This is variation on the theme. Okay, now, they hit it. They trade off of the high for hours. They come near it, but don't take it out. Notice how the pins have flipped to the top side. There's no bottom side pins. That is such a huge clue, I can't tell you. Notice on this slide, all the top side pins. Very important. Why? They run the market up, snatch it away.
We need a building.
Run the market up, snatch it away, grab some traders. Run the market up, snatch it away, grab some traders. But I want you to see what's happening down low to the TDI. The price is staying at the same level. We're going to talk about the TDI, don't worry. The TDI is built on the RSI. The RSI averages the closes. So what's going on here is that taking an average of the closes is plotting a falling RSI/TDI line. That is telling you that these guys are averaging lower closes. What does that mean? If they're averaging lower closes, it means they don't want to go back up to the same level, and they're closing and jamming people every time. That's what it means. Okay? That's how you read the indicator the right way. That's how you explain divergence properly. The average of the closes is off of the high of the day in this example, and it is jamming traders on each and every match.
Fucking fire station.
Hang on, Terry, I'll explain it.
JLTV here. Fire station marked.
Yes, you go along here with coach. But think for me. Look at the technicals, how they're set up. We got a watermark trading above mayonnaise. So that means the 50 is above the 200 EMA. That's a technical law in every book. You buy the dips or the consolidation zones in the downtrend, anticipating the AB equals CD, the 1618 extension, the lightning bolt's going to strike you in the head, or whatever. Right? Those are the technicals that we've all been taught.
Here we go.
Understand? Them holding the level ensures that the retail traders pile on the wrong way, not understanding the session changeover.
Enemy in the area.
I'll try. Holding that level guarantees the retail will take it to the wrong way. Now, here's a little tricky. Holding that level also allows them to work Euro cross, AJ cross, or anything paired with Australia. Now think for a minute. They come out of the box, they use 3 swipes and hold the high. They hold the high for 3 hours, 4 hours.
Got one sighted here.
Holding the high does 2 things. Tricks the hell out of the retailers, induces long, and allows them to correct an Australian cross on the backside where nobody's looking.
They'll come get me before they come.
This setup signals to you that there is opportunity in the Australian
Get up, you're good.
Understand? If they extend the high and hold the level, the opportunity presents in Euro high.
Enemy in the area.
AJ.
Just from the fucking
No, not
backside.
after that. Anything cross with 18. It's on the big board. That's fine.
My fault, I was trying to touch the buy station.
Think about how powerful that is. When they come back and change the session over, and you can still take it. Okay? Chasing this currency after it's left the station is an absolute
No fucking way, you cheating piece of shit.
shame on you.
No
Chasing
fucking
this after
way.
it's left is an absolute no trade. That's why this says no trade zone.
Fucking garbage.
When
I'll
they
light
shift
your
the
fucking
zone
face
away
up
from
when
the
I
higher
get back.
level long holders, there's ways to get in that, but it's for the advanced traders. I don't want you to do that right now. I want you to simply take a short off the high and a long off the low, and be able to add contracts. Your entry is comfortable anywhere in here.
Target down.
Doesn't take out the high, you can enter in here. 30 to 90 minutes while it holds. If they make another pass and don't take it out, restart the clock and trade for the round. And look what happens. US changeover.
We got a loadout drop here.
Straight red down. Right, then another drop. Simple. Do not try to.
Gotcha,
You
bitch.
guys are trying to turn this into a W. You have to understand they work the high first. If they work the high first, they're looking for short opportunities. work the low first, understanding where the peak is, which I'll talk about. You have to understand, you work the low first, you're a buyer against you work the high first, you're a seller against the retail trader. You gotta think like these guys, not like the okay? Hope you guys are understanding. Alright. We're gonna cover some rules to profit by, then we'll take a 5 or 7 minute.
Taking effective fire. Night.
Here we go. Write these down, I'm gonna go slow. Stop trading every day. Trading every day runs the broker's pocket, doesn't line your pocket. Now I'm not saying take off and show up once a week, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is, you need to show up in your office every day to set time. Look for the setup, I'm gonna give you the window of opportunity. If there's no setup, there's no trade. Don't sit there staring at the chart going, oh man, maybe that's a second leg of an M or a W, I don't know, might take it. You're over, that's it. I want you to find
Hey, go get him out.
That form the big W's and the M's or multi-sessions, the easy to read stock hunts where you can be successful. What's the difference if you take 10 trades with one lot? We'll find the absolute pristine setup you know is going to pay out and take it with 10 lots. Hit your 50, pick up 5 grand for the week and be done.
Request a recon at this
No
time.
stress, no worry, no aggravation. That's how you got to start thinking. You got to start thinking like a market maker, not like a retail trader that has mentality where you got to come in your office and trade every day because you showed up. That is crap mentality. It leads to failure. You have to become highly selective of the setups that I'm showing you. That's a pass. I promise you there'll be another one tomorrow in more pristine condition than maybe the one you passed on. I promise. Okay, I want you to set your trading hours like this. Times are Eastern. I want you to show up in your office around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. I want you to look for the setups at the end of the blue box, which is the last 1/3 to 1/4 of the Asian session, and go to about mid-London.
Got that paper here.
You gotta get a call.
They tagged me.
Zen and his wife Diane have a lot of children. They cannot stay up at night.
No fucking way you guys are fucking one-shooting people in this fucking game.
After you trade the
Yeah, you hit me 6 times with one fucking bullet.
I got, don't worry about it.
Take a nap, clear your head.
Just smile over here.
Then trade the red box for about 2 to 4 hours. From 8 to 11, 8 to 10.
One off to your left.
That's it. Don't stand like a zombie and
still in
stare
my
at the
head.
screen. It's not necessary. That's the behavior that leads to destruction.
In the circle.
Okay? After the break, I'm going to explain to you why these rules apply. Yeah, so it's a white chocolate, man. That's good stuff. Especially from where you are in France. It's really good. Okay, so listen. Here's how you do. Show up in your office. You're going to immediately check down on the chart. I'll show you how to do it. You look back 3 to 5 days, identify the peak formation, and see where you are in the cycle. WBBM and AAW. I'll draw it for you. I'm telling you about it. Okay? See where you are in the cycle, what day of the cycle you're at. You have the technicals worked out. You don't have to draw lines and fibs and crap on the chart. Okay? Depending on your dealer, the blue box ends between 1 and 3 a.m. Daylight savings time, it moves back. I don't change mine.
Damn.
I leave it at 2 o'clock. I change it when the clock goes back. I don't change it. I leave it. Too much work.
Come on, let them come to you.
I'm highly selective.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that motherfucker might have been cheating. Might have had a cheater right there.
Up to the right. Motherfucker shooting you through the tree. Come on.
order to be there. They might come in.
My fault, my fault. I rushed it.
If you're done in the London session and get your 50 pips, tomorrow's end is going to cover what you need to try to do. Okay? Alright. Okay, I tried to answer some of your questions on where we were. Cope, very nice statement. Thank you. He had an aha moment last night. That's the whole point, man. Okay, here we go. I want you to learn to capture 50 pips, and right now, not one pip more. You're going to be able to add contracts, man. Greed kills all good traders. Here's what I want you to think about for a minute. If you accidentally get jammed up in the stop hunt, you should still be able to book a profit going the wrong way if you aim for 50.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
Okay? So if you learn to not be too selfish or crazy or greedy or whatever the right word is, you learn to extract 50 pips consistently out of the market, even if you trade the wrong directional bias, you got a shot at hitting your limit. I can tell you that, but then you're a trader. But like all men, we gotta get more, right? That's not true. We gotta get this guy to beat the hell out of getting more and more and more. He struggled with this when I first caught him about a year and a half ago. He insisted on trying to lift, take profit, and go for more. And I told him why. A lot of times he lifted it, he would end up earlier 35 because they would make the retracement on him, and he would be damn it and take his 35 bits off. When he locked in his mind, the take profit needs to be a fixed target, and he'll be in and out from 3 to 5 bars. When they shift the zone and start pulling away, he'll get his limit, and not only get contracts, compensate for the extra pips. Trade through last year. I can't say he's the master, but I think I am. So he has to be the junior master. Anyway, greed kills all good traders. And everybody goes through that phase of where they feel like they can get more and more here.
This LZ looks good.
Don't forget why you got in this business. Time, freedom, and leverage. Use that to your advantage. To extract your 50 cents like a maximum without fail.
Moving here.
Add 5 lots with 10 lots.
Cancel that.
Or 80 lots when you become proficient. If you know that you're going to hit 8 out of 10, the losers aren't going to bother you. Because you know you'll get it right back and end the week net positive. I want you to learn to take only crystal clear setups. Whatever that means to you. I went through this with Lauren last year. I wanted her to pick her signature. And I don't know if she ever did. I can't remember. She sent me an email a while back. She liked 2 pins to the mayonnaise. That was her deal. If you get a stop hunt at 3:30 in the morning and they hit right to the mayonnaise, and they issue a pin or a hammer right on the mayonnaise, that's a nice setup. That's going to pay out. That's going to bounce off of the 200 EMA. So what you need to do is find what it is that makes you feel all good. That's why I see 3 swipes below. When you establish that and become comfortable with it, I want you to focus your homework on that. If you start saying, you know what, I'm going to take the land, and I'm going to grab my 50 now, then you need to focus your focus on finding those trades and see how often they pan out. If you decide you're going to focus on multi-session big W spread out over a day or two. To a swing and hold it for 2.5 to 3 day cycles. 200 EMA, my friend. Mayonnaise is 200 EMA. I'll cover it, don't worry. If you catch the mid-peak reversal with big W formation over 2 sessions, that's the kind of trade you can hold. If you want a swing trade, obviously you got to hold for more than 50 pips. When you're learning, you can't make 50 pips. How are you going to make 250 pips? It comes with time. It's a process. The biggest problem most people don't have is flushing the crap out of your head. I don't know how to do that. The old technicals. Frank let me know something on the break that he was hanging out with some of his friends, and they took the wrong directional move based on old technicals, and he said he felt bad because they were going the wrong way, and he knew it. He saw the market through a market maker's eyes and through our eyes as a group, and realized those guys are going the wrong way. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's the stuff I want you to understand. Is that if you see the perfect setup, you can take 50 contracts without fear of loss. If you're trading a 6 out of 10 system, how in the heck are you ever going to put those kind of numbers on comfortably, without fear? Okay? What I want you to understand is, you say I'm going to take multi-session M's and W's, you go back and look how many times those things pay out 50 pips. Almost always. And you're going to see that the ones that don't hold consolidation and scratch out.
Market sniper rifle.
That, which comes from time, screen time, and seeing them. When you realize that, you're going to not be afraid to put 10 standards on it. I'm not telling you to take 10 standards tomorrow. I'm telling you to start small, grow your account, and get yourself into a position where you can take 5 trades a week, 1 a day, of the most pristine, perfect setups that will yield you what you need to make to pay your bills and be comfortable. Everybody's different. If you live in New York, you've got to have like 500 trades a week. If you live in Nebraska, you probably got to have 2 trades a week. Depends on your lifestyle. But it's all obtainable here by understanding how these guys behave and controlling your emotions and your greed in the process. Okay? Alright. Why 50 pips, Steve? I want to go for 500 pips. Okay. You are not going to deal from the absolute bottom to the absolute top. So let's take 10 to 15 pips off of that number. Right? You got to include the spread and slippage that these guys do. That's the business. The bigger your contract size is, the more you'll start to see it.
Enemy visual.
Let's add 5 for slippage. And the spread. You got a 2-pip spread, they slip you a pip 3. A lot of money with a lot of standard lots on it. We all know that all 3 levels are not going to appear every day on the chart. So that limits you to what's going to be available to take. So if you average level 1 and level 2, from the peak formation to the high-low day consolidation zone, you got about 70 pips available to you if you have a tight ADR for the day. You can easily grab your 50 pips out of that flow and grab most of what was available for all the other traders and come out way above the curve. The bottom line is this. I know DJ's in here, but he wasn't seeing the pattern so clearly. But because the stop losses are so tight when you get in near the low or near the high, 7, 10, 15 pip stop losses. I don't say that in public because people think I'm nuts. Hey Doug, nice to see you, buddy. I hope I'm not embarrassing you saying this, but he had a bad week where he had more losers than winners. But because the stops were so tight and he was taking 50 out of the market at will, he was net profitable. I I want his numbers to be better, but the bottom line, while he's training and learning, he's still making money. Because he's getting in close to the numbers. Sometimes he's wrong and he hits a stop, but it's 10, 15 pips and he goes again. He can have 2 or 3 stops. But when he hits one, he gets it all back. It's called controlling the losses in your emotions. Now, you understand what's going on and how they structure the stop loss levels and how they come right back at them. I once heard it in a school somewhere, I won't say the name. They said if you get stopped out, you're on vacation.
Here we go, boss, over here.
You do not want to go on vacation with me if I was stopped out. What you understand is that when we analyze the market conditions, you walk away and come back the same time tomorrow, you could fall right into the same position.
Don't make me take that gun away.
You don't want to take a stab at how long you wait? 2 hours. Why? If they go vector 3 again, 3 bars takes 45 minutes. If they spike the low and go back into consolidation, that will take another hour or so to set up that structure. If they spike the low again, that's another 15 to 30 minutes. There's your 2-hour time window for re-entry. The structure must be 25 to 50 pips above or below your previous entry. If they hold the level and pass a 3rd time, and it still is also 2 hours, and they might have snapped you out with a pin, and it's floated below or above that structure, that is still a good entry. I'll draw it for you, don't worry, I just want you to listen. Okay? So if you take a trade right out of the little box and they vector down, it looks like a W. You don't walk away. That's what amateurs do. You analyze the market condition, wait for the next level stop hunt and strike zone, and you strike. These guys vary the levels to keep you confused. There might be a 4-hour line laying down there. They might come out, hold the level, and then go, there's the 4-hour bam, and you'll get it. That might cause you to get stopped out. Control your stop and enter on the next strike zone 25 to 50 pips below where you just were. And I'll illustrate this. I just want you to hear it.
We got a loadout drop here.
I'm trying to give you the concepts for the next couple of days. You have to listen. Don't worry about the charts. Don't worry about the indicators. Don't worry about stuff you cannot see. It's irrelevant right now. I'm trying to get you inside the head of these guys, the mind of a
We got a loadout drop here.
and understand how he handles the market. This knowledge by itself is invaluable. Don't worry about the chart stuff. We'll straighten it out. I promise. Okay? If you listen to the rules I just laid out for you, wrote them down, there's a good chance you will hit your limit every single day. Or every time you take a trade. If you wait and exercise patience. The thing that's kind of crazy is you can trade both ways against a trend and against the retail trend. So that means you have an opportunity to book profit in both sessions from both ends of the range. You can take a short off the M and a long off the W on the extremes of the range and be profitable both trades. And book yourself 75 to 100 pips consistently. 50 on the first trend move, 25 to 50 on the counter. Going against the retail traders. Market makers trade both ways. Every day. Why would you have fear to follow them and trade both ways? You can average 100 pips a day doing it this way. combination of pairs. Let's say you take Euro, GBP, CHF. You bag 50 in the London session or all three pairs. That's $1.50 times your contracts. Then you can take the counter 1 or 2 pairs back to the watermark on the ideal level 3 drop setup W back to the watermark. Another 40. Or until the pair comes to rest into consolidation. Understand the extremes of the zone. A sucker trades in the middle and offers up your stop loss for these guys. Learn to be selective on the extremes of the range. If you're only studying one pair, that's perfect. Sunny, I don't know if she's here. She told me she got so profitable she didn't waste her time taking my seminars anymore. I don't know if I should be proud or insulted. Euro USD. She took about a $500 account to $8,000+ in a few months. Focusing on only Euro USD and trading both sides of the range, understanding their behavior. Trent, I don't know if he's here, has been chasing the pound USD for years. It was driving him crazy. I gave him the last piece of the puzzle. He beats the crap out of the pound on a regular basis for multi-5 figures. A day. Or in a couple of days. By the way. We're probably going like 5 figures with that. Not 5 figures a year, 5 figures a week or days. Okay? That's the power of understanding what these guys do. I want you to understand that. Once you master this, you're going to have no more fear. The market's going to be easy. Okay, so now, here's what we're going to do. Let's start to break the system down, the things on the chart that you guys have been bugging me about. And let's start to break them off, put them off the boxes, the times, the averages, what you're supposed to look for, how price action is supposed to behave, structure, and then that. Okay? Let's do it. Components of a system. I don't care what system you're trading, I hope it's mine, and I hope that you throw everything else out. But you gotta have a reason for entering the market. You can't just go, oh, I like Euro today, I'll take it. This has to be called your setup, right? It's gotta be based on some fact. Level count, trend direction, peak formation, high, low, where you are in the cycle, V1, V2. You gotta know where you are in the cycle, and you have to have a setup at the appropriate times to be that. That setup is your reason to buy, sell, take. Right? Easy stuff. In addition to it setting up, there's got to be a signal presented to you. Second leg in. The high or low is formed. The high of the day is formed. Second leg issues a hammer at 3:45 a.m. It's got to be a confluence of triggers. The confluence of triggers has to be all these things that I've been talking about for the first day and a half. Has to come together at the right moment in time. Okay? 50 pip, Tokyo channel, Asian range, market maker spread. Follow what you like. They come out of the box, they have 3 vector candles to the high. It happens to be 25 to 50 pips above the top of the box. Market makers quickly pull back and into consolidation. The second pass comes in, fails to take out the previous high candle, ends on a railroad track, forms out the perfect M. Taking it back to fire! That's a setup. The pair's been dropping for 3 days. It's at level 3. It's chopping its erratic behavior. I noticed the pin to the downside. There's a spike to the low outside bar in the Asian session. Market makers come out at London at 3:30, and they spike below, but barely miss it, the blue tracer by a hair. Turn around. Okay, Okay, those are the things that have to come together. It's the signal and the confluences that all come together. Okay? That's what we're talking about, putting it all together. You will be able to everybody knows this, but for some reason, this is in every book, and I happen to agree with this one. You gotta have a fixed stop. You can't be like, after the stop here. I feel like it later. Right now, if you're doing this, stop immediately. Mental stops do not work. Alright, let me say it again. Mental stops do not work. You go, a little bit more, I'll cut it, a little bit more, I'll cut it. If you're going the wrong way and they're shifting the zone away from higher level long to lower level shorts, they ain't coming back, and you ain't getting out. The cheapest stop loss available to you is the first one in the right context of the market, and I'll show you what. Right? Mental stops are for mentally retarded people. Don't do it, okay? You gotta have a way to protect your profit once it's achieved. I've met people that can pick perfect M's and W's, they get cocky by Friday, they do one stupid trade and give it all back because they can't believe they're wrong. Is that on my tab? I can't help you with that. Those are the kind of behaviors that you gotta deal with. You need Norm, spend some time with him. You need to fix your mental edge of the game. I can't help you with that. That should not be on my path. You got a deal. I'm going to show you where the stop loss goes in the right context of the market. I'm going to show you how to pick the perfect entries and where to take your profits. If you lift your stop loss, I can't help you. You got to beat this demon yourself. You got to beat it down. There's nothing wrong with being wrong for 15 or 20 pips and bagging 2 or 3 for 50. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be wrong. It's okay. It's better to be wrong quick, get it over with, and look for the next level strike zone. And I think what happens prior to this class, you're so happy that you finally think you got a decent setup that you hate to be wrong because then you got to look for another one. You're scared to death to find another one. So you're like, oh man, I thought this was a good setup, let me just hang on to it. I think that's what happens with a lot of people. So once you understand how the structure of the market is set up, you're going to be able to get in and get out both directions, both ways, all the time, anytime. You're not going to be afraid anymore. You should have a calmness come over you. Okay? You got to have a strategy to protect the profit once you got it. Swing traders, you got to trade either. You're up to 75 pips. You got to move the stop in behind the next strike zone stop hunt into the next level. We're talking about it, okay? Favorite is a jumping stop where you manually jump to stop. I do not like a trailing stop. Incoming! Who provides a trailing stop? That guy ain't a friend. I've met more good traders that have been trailed out by a trailing stop and they were going the right way because they didn't understand how to jump into the consolidation zone. Now with that said, you ain't gonna sit up all night? I'd rather you trail the stop than do nothing. Because it's a crime to be up 45 pips, miss your take profit by a hair, and come back and wake up to a stop.
Taking a effective fight!
That's a 40 to 60 pip swing against you, in your favor, back against you, and you hate to stop. That's a crime. I don't care what country you live in, that's a crime. It's high treason to the method.
High treason! This nigga screaming out high treason.
High treason. That's the business. If you can treat a demo like real money, I applaud you for that. I'd rather use a demo like money. Because I want you to preserve your capital. But if you cannot, you have a couple grand, why not open a micro with $500 and practice with real money and leave your other equity? That's a better strategy. And then when you become successful, you have all your equity.
Man, that was a good games, boys.
Okay. If you do like Casey, where you take a small account and triple it, you'll have more equity to put on top of your equity.
I say, better not make me buy that.
It's just a better way to go about it. Yes, Nick. Okay. Trading systems. continue. You've got to have a profit target. It's got to be fixed, projected, or based on stops, or swing traders, or based on the reverse signal. When you become proficient,
I might get this once I get back rich.
if the
I
end
like
is
this.
the entry, the W or H is the entry. Right? I'm sorry, if the end is the entry, the W is the exit. The W is the entrance, the M is the exit. The opposite signal at the appropriate time
Let's see if this shit
is the exit.
I'm about to say.
If you insist on taking the entire run of 255 pips, that's okay. If you grab the low, even if it comes back into mid-range consolidation, you'll close
Alright,
the day.
boys, good game.
Think. They spike the low.
We got